Good evening once again. So how was everybody's meal? I hope it was wonderful. Mine was fantastic. And I love to give thanks to everybody, and I think now's a great time to give thanks to the fine staff here at the Bridgewater Place for a fine meal and great service. So thank you all very much. Well, my name is Alex Kozolinsky, and I am the program director for the South College Doctor of Physical Therapy program, and it is my honor to be on stage today to celebrate with all of you the fine achievement of our graduating class. One more round of applause. All right, class, I have to tell you, that's the last one you get, so I hope you enjoyed it. Well, folks, tonight, the Bridgewater Place, you may not know this, but we have quite a history at South College of this location. This is where our program actually got its start. So where you are all now was just a few years ago our classroom and our lab. So we used to come in here with a big moving van, bring all of our stuff in here. The stage was in the middle, the speakers were loud, the music was blasting, kids running around all over the place having a great time. And for 3 years, this was our home, and we absolutely fell in love with it. So it's great to be back here and see that it's remodeled. And it kind of needed to be, because when we left, there were a few holes in the wall in the back, hidden by boxes and scratches on the floor. So we left the place in need of a little repair, but it's always great to be back. But I do want to start by congratulating the class, of course, but I also want to acknowledge our wonderful staff. So folks, so it's interesting that faculty get all the credit, but the administrative team does probably a little more than half of the work. So I would like our administrative team to stand up, please. So you've had the opportunity to meet them tonight on your way in, but definitely please acknowledge them on your way out today. But I also want to acknowledge our faculty. They do a lot of work to get that half of work, but please, faculty, would you mind standing up here? You are very much a big part of the reason for the success for these students. And now, while tonight's event is focused on the graduates, we all know and understand that every graduate has leaned on somebody in their life to get to this moment in time. And a lot of those folks are in this crowd today, I'm quite sure of it. Parents, siblings, significant others, you sure deserve some of the credit and a lot of praise for assisting them all the way through. All the late nights, the lost weekends, maybe the holidays that they weren't quite fully engaged because they're tired, they've got a test to study for, and they've got a lab to travel to. But graduates, would you please honor and acknowledge your families today? So now a word about the graduating class. When we think about this graduating class, what I always go back to is how remarkable this class was on how well they came together. So our policy and our process at South College is that we always have an orientation where we would bring students to campus. We would get to meet the faculty, get to meet each other, form friendships and relationships, and then they would learn about the program, have a few fun activities, then they go home, and then they have part of their time online, and then they come back into 8 weeks afterwards for the on-site lab, and they learn right here. But this class didn't have that opportunity because their start was during COVID. And so we had to move their orientation to a virtual space only. And then when it was time for them to come to campus for their first activity, that moment that everybody waits for, that some people even call it, that when we come to lab, that's where the magic happens. And we had to move that to a virtual lab only for their first quarter in the program. And they didn't come together for the first time until the end of their second quarter, which was 6 months after the start of the program. But despite that, the first meeting, I remember very clearly, it hadn't dawned on me that this is the first time that you have met. And very quickly, you all became fast friends. You formed a good community. You had a lot of fun together. You worked hard together. You were a support team. And because of what you've done, we've actually used that in our marketing and advertising to say, just because you're in a virtual program doesn't mean that you can't be connected. It doesn't mean that you can't get together and form good friendships and bonds. And we know that this has happened because every time this group gets together, you can tell that they are friends, that they have connected, that they have done a lot together. When they came back to campus just this week, walk into the auditorium and all the energy, the enthusiasm, the talking. And it wasn't because I walked in the room, which often happens. It's because they were together, and they were together again. But I know in talking to some of these students that this is not the last time that they're going to be together, that they are going to continue to have their friendships. And that's what's wonderful, that you will have a community of South College DPT students from your class. And that's what's unique about your class. One of the comments that one of the faculty said was, it was amazing how well connected you were and how much you wanted to be together, because some of the other classes were upset that you didn't want to hang out with them because you were too busy being involved with each other. So I just think that speaks to the testament of how well you formed your relationships and how strong that bond is, and we hope that that continues indefinitely. So graduates, congratulations. I do admire how you worked through such a very difficult time in the program, difficult time in the world, and get to this point right now. So if you can accomplish that, I guarantee you can face any level of adversity in your career and come out on top. So congratulations. So now, folks, I want to introduce our tonight's distinguished speaker. So to the students, she needs no introduction, but I am deeply honored to share with all of you a little bit about Dr. Bree Reynolds. So the first time I met Dr. Reynolds was when I just finished my PhD dissertation defense. And I walked out of this room with some very distinguished people, all sweaty, very nervous, and very relieved. And I opened the door, and who was standing right there? Someone I had never met before, turned out to be Dr. Reynolds, her and her husband. It was her turn to step in and face what I just finished. So I wished her husband well. She was ready to run in there, and she was ready to get started. No problem at all. Little did I know how important that moment was, because it wasn't long after that Dr. Reynolds joined our faculty and staff here at South College. And in that time, I learned a lot about Dr. Reynolds. So first of all, her undergraduate degree was from Bradley University. And after that, she went through a very distinguished post-professional graduate program called the Ola Grimsby Institute, very well renowned for their hands-on manual therapy skills. But even though she developed her clinical skills, that wasn't enough. She wanted more, and she pursued the PhD at Nova Southeastern University. And then not long after that, she joined us here at South College, and she's had a significant impact on our program. She's very involved in teaching. She's very involved in our committee work. She is the lead of our outcomes committee, which means that she is in charge of overseeing all of our outcomes work and our research. And if there's a research study that comes out of our program, it doesn't come out before it crosses her desk. She's also the lead of our DEI committee. And I'll tell you, nobody in our program has the passion for people that Dr. Reynolds has. And I'm confident that after this presentation today, you're going to recognize the passion she has for excellence and teaching, as well as the compassion she has for people. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Reynolds to the stage.
Thank you so much, Dr. K. That was wonderful. And thank you all for the love, too. I feel it. I am nervous, and I'm going to be honest. So I feel that love, and I see these smiles, and I really appreciate it. Hello to everyone joining us today. As Dr. K said, I am Dr. Bree Reynolds. I live in Illinois, and I've been teaching PT students for about 9 years now. I've been at South College for 2.5. I want to thank you all graduates for asking me to do this today. while nervous, I am also flattered and really grateful. Today I want to talk about empathy and compassion. I have a wonderful husband, 2 children I adore. When you are a parent, you learn empathy in a way you haven't experienced before. As a mom, I feel true joy and pain when my children experience joy and pain. And I know I'm not alone in that. I also know that you don't have to be a parent to feel these things. It comes with love and it comes with compassion. I also want to start today by recognizing not only our graduates, but the amazing family, friends, and loved ones that they brought here with them today. Thank you for being part of their team. Whether you are a parent, spouse, family member, or friend, I am guessing you saw both the joy and the pain of this physical therapy school experience. When you love and care about someone, you feel with them. That's the definition of empathy. Maybe you felt that pure joy your loved one felt when they found out they were admitted to this program. Their dream of becoming a physical therapist was about to come true. Graduates, you were probably excited. I bet you were nervous, but you were ready to succeed and reach your dreams. But then came anatomy and physiology. You met Dr. Jones, Dr. Minahan, Dr. Sabahi. Maybe you started to wonder, why did I want this so badly? Doubt and fear may have crept in. Team, we don't know who was by your side for these moments of joy and pain, but thank them. Thank them for helping you find the drive to continue, for helping you believe in yourself, and for showing you empathy and compassion. For those here with our graduates that may not fully realize the grind South College students are put through, let me explain. Physical therapy school is a professional doctorate program. Many of the programs across the United States are 2.5 to 3 years long. South College is unique. We are the first hybrid and accelerated program to exist. Accelerating this doctoral program means 3 years of content is shoved into 2. Things move at lightning speed. PT school is always tough. There's so much to learn. There's a big licensure test to pass at the end. But doing this in accelerated fashion is incredible. For those loved ones here today, I also ask you to pause and reflect on what I and the rest of the faculty know to be true. These graduates did something amazing. They made it through an intense program, one that none of us faculty actually went through. The depth of learning, the expectations we placed on them, the pace of the program is something words can't explain. I also ask the loved ones here today, show your pride in our graduates, in their grit, their determination, and their resilience. Pat them on the back, squeeze their hand, let them know that you see them. We've all heard people say, we can do hard things. Well, let me tell you, these graduates did a really hard thing. Team, you've been on a roller coaster journey through this process. It is now your turn to shine. You've earned the right to feel confidence, and we are proud to call you colleagues now. You are ready. You will make a difference in the lives of other people. You are each on your way to becoming game changers in this field of healthcare. You are going to be doctors of physical therapy, a DPT. Think about it, signing your name, first name, last name, DPT. It's so exciting. It's an amazing accomplishment, and you should absolutely be proud of yourselves. You may even go on and add other letters to your name in the future. That's also amazing, and we cannot wait to share in your successes. But there are 3 letters that I think are more important than any of our professional credentials. I graduated PT school a long time ago, but I will never forget my favorite faculty member, Dr. Patty Naylor, who spoke at our graduation. I am sharing her words here with these 3 letters. Dr. Naylor told us the most important credentials we can have are D, H, B. Being a decent human being. We go into this profession because we care about people and we want to help them reach their goals. Team, it is now your turn to show empathy and compassion to the patients that you treat. Be the person who shares in both the joy and the pain others are experiencing. Recognize their journey is different. Listen to someone's story without judgment and without bias. Step in. Advocate for those who need us. Be the one who recognizes that a patient is late because they took the bus and the bus isn't reliable. Be the one who recognizes that the person coming to see you or the person in the room you enter is cranky because they're in pain, because their injury, their disease, their condition is slowing them down and interrupting their joy. Be the one who helps the patient get dressed or use the bathroom because it's the decent thing to do. And if it was your mom, your sister, your friend in that situation, you would want someone to help her now, not to say, it's not my job. Being a decent human being is about empathy and compassion, and it will bring you moments of joy that make all of the hard work worth it. It isn't always easy. It won't be perfect, but it will be worth it. When someone thanks you for giving them their life back, when they tell you they can pick up their children or their grandchildren again, that they can walk without fear, engage in their communities, go to church, the grocery store by themselves. Maybe they could return to work, and now their family isn't struggling for money like they were before you helped them. Maybe they share that they ran a race. They've been wanting to run it, and while they ran it, they thought about you with gratitude for helping them get there. Maybe they share that the rehab they did with you not only allowed them to return to their sport, but allowed them to excel in ways they didn't know were possible. Maybe they got the college scholarship or got to play in the championship game. You will likely have someone tell you that your ability to listen and examine them saved their life. Yes, this requires the knowledge and the skills that you've learned, but it may have been your empathetic ear that made the difference. The extra 5 minutes you gave them, the compassion. These moments, the moments of empathy and compassion, are the ones that pay off in a big way. They are the moments of true joy in who you are as a person and what you do. Trust that you know enough, and you are enough, to be an amazing physical therapist, to be the change you wish to see in healthcare and in the world. Our hope for you is that you are always learning and growing, that you can find and embrace joy and happiness in your work as a PT, but also in your personal life. We hope you continue to have the love and support of amazing humans around you, people that push you to do your best and support you when you need them in the difficult moments, people who remind you of your greatness and your potential. We hope that you take the time to always be a DHB first. Don't lose sight of that vision. It's the most important thing we can be. The empathy and compassion you show another human comes back to you in ways that you can't imagine. If you keep those letters behind your name, every role you play in life will be richer and more rewarding. Congratulations, team. We are proud of you. I am proud of you. And we hope that you are proud of yourselves. You deserve to feel amazing today, to feel joy, to have confidence in yourselves as you move forward. On behalf of the entire South College DPT team, we want to say that we are grateful that you chose us to be part of your journey. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well done. Thank you, Dr. Reynolds. That was fantastic. So did I tell you? Passion and compassion comes easily for Dr. Reynolds. All right, everyone, now I want to call our next speaker, our student speaker. Will Dr. Shalyn Lane please come to the stage?
Dr. Reynolds, can I just say, I don't know if you remember this, but I sent you an email one day just telling you how I think that you were the first person, our faculty is amazing, before I say this, but you were the first person who really made me feel like I had a sense of belonging in our program. So I really appreciate that. And I didn't expect to be this emotional, so just bear with me. But I really do appreciate you, so thank you. Good evening. My name is Shalyn Lane, and it is my honor to stand before you tonight and represent the class of 2022. I would like to take this time and thank the faculty, our family, and our friends that are sitting amongst us tonight. We made it. Which means you will never have to hear the words, "Hi, my name is," and I am a student physical therapist with South College. Is it okay if I record you for educational purposes only? If it wasn't for your constant encouragement, prayers, and patience, we would not be here tonight. So thank you. There are many emotions that came to mind when trying to decide on what to speak about tonight. The past 2 years have been the most challenging and most stressful, but 2 of the very best years of my life, and here's why. Last December, we had all just completed Q4 lab, and we were on our Christmas break back home. As the new year started to approach, I started to think and reflect on this past year of physical therapy school. I remember having feelings of, how are we only 1 year in? But at the same time, having those feelings of, oh my gosh, we're already a year in. I began thinking on what I wanted out of the final year of physical therapy school and how I wanted to take advantage of everything that South College has provided me. I remember watching a video of people speaking about New Year's resolutions and how, if given the opportunity to ask for one thing, and that one thing was given to you, what would it be? In that moment, I knew what I wanted from my final year of PT school. Profound friendship. South College has given me, maybe. South College has given me the opportunity to build relationships and to be a part of a community with incredible individuals. I am forever grateful to call these incredible individuals sitting amongst the crowd tonight my friends. I am beyond proud of every single one of you. The past 2 years have not been easy, but still you fought through all the challenges of PT school and life. And now we're here. Can you believe it? As I look upon you tonight, it fills my heart with joy because there's no one more deserving of this accomplishment than you guys. I've been asked over and over if I am nervous to stand before you tonight and speak. And let me just be 100% honest, I don't think anyone's ever 100% okay with public speaking. But with that being said, I am honored to get to stand before you one last time tonight and leave you with what I would like to call life advice from Shay. So here we go. Number 1, life isn't about what happens to you. Life is about how you respond to what happens to you. Every single moment we encounter, from a bad grade on an exam to the loss of a parent, we decide how we get to choose to respond to adversity. Number 2, the gap between what your soul loves and the amount of time you spend doing it will be the size of your unhappiness. Number 3, it takes courage to walk away from something that you know is not good for you. But remember, the pain of walking away is less than the pain you would have to endure if you continued to stay where you were. Number 4, keep choosing to be the light. There are so many people in this world whose faces light up when they see you. And that is not because of what you can do or what you've done or what you could provide to somebody or how they could potentially benefit from you. It is simply because of who you are. So please, keep being the light. Number 5, never underestimate the power of influence. Everyone you meet serves a purpose in your life. They may not be what you expected, but the presence in their life may be the one thing that changes their trajectory of their life forever. Number 6, how you treat people matters. And I'm just going to say that again, okay? How you treat people matters. There are many people going through storms that we may never know about. Many people are dying for an encouraging word. And how easy it would be for us to provide that if we simply just paid attention. You are a net force for good if you want to be. So please choose to treat people with kindness. Number 7, life is way too short for missed opportunities. I hope that you believe that everything happens for a reason. If you get a chance, I hope you take that chance. If it changes your life for the better, I hope you let it change it for the better. Nobody said that life would be easy, but I can guarantee you that it is way too short to live a life of what ifs. Number 8, and if you leave here remembering nothing of what I said, this is what I hope you take away from tonight. You were born to do something great with your life. There is a purpose for each and every one of you here tonight. You are unique, and you are born with special gifts that are yours and no one else's. No one can take those away from you. I hope you leave tonight and go into this next chapter of our lives, and you use those gifts to truly change the lives of others. Thank you. And at this time, can I please have Emily and Julie onto stage to present the class gift?
Thank you, Shay. That was great. We don't have anything real prepared. But at this time, we would like Dr. K and Dr. Notaboom to come to the stage, please. We have some gifts to present to you, courtesy of the class. And I'm just going to echo what Dr. K has said about, I'll sum it up a little bit more, about us being the best and the favorite class of South College so far. So if you want to just maybe open those and show everybody, just give everybody a look, a little look-see.
It's like Christmas morning.
Yes. You can read it out loud too if you want. The best cohort. Yep. Yes. So, and then lead faculty, you're all getting T-shirts too. So, we love you all. Yes, and we don't want you to forget about the best cohort. So.
Thank you so much. That was very kind of you. Thank you so much. That is very thoughtful. I do deeply appreciate this. This is fantastic. Thank you. I suppose you are the best class, and I'll be wearing it on my back now for the rest of my life, right? All right, folks, so now the moment you've all been waiting for, at least for the students, and now we will begin our awards ceremony. And I would like to call Dr. Notaboom, our fearless leader and dean, back to the stage to present the Dean's Award.
Great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is really, really hard when you have so many incredible students that are part of your program to identify someone to receive these awards. So I just want to, before I go any further, just recognize that, you know, again, those T-shirts, The feeling's mutual. Your class was wonderful, inspirational to us as faculty, and I want to thank you for being such a great class. So the Dean's Award is really established for the student who may not excel in any one area, but is just consistently strong in all areas. And they always show up, they're always positive, they will always give you feedback when you want it, and they will just shine when you put them out into the world. Usually, we give this to one student. This year, it was just too difficult. So I would like this year's recipients, Ariel Nathanson and Peter Mitchell, to please come up.
All right, now for our next award, Dr. Seal will present the Leadership Award.
Thanks, everybody. So our second award this evening is the Leadership Award. And I just have to pause and say, I can't imagine going through the program you went through if all I did was just do school. But then you layer on top of it a leadership role or roles, and being able to manage and juggle that's pretty amazing to me. So I'm pretty in awe. This award is given to the student who best demonstrates leadership through a community to our program core values of excellence, responsibility, and integrity in a class or in through professional service or both of those. The Leadership Award for the South College DPT class of 2022 goes to Aaron Laux.
And now for the next award, Dr. Gatlin will present the Samantha Chapey Service and Citizenship Award.
All right, good evening. Our third award this evening is the Samantha Chapey Service and Citizenship Award. This award is given to the student who best demonstrates a commitment to professional advocacy, service, and or social responsibility through involvement in humanitarian, professional, or political activities to promote the profession of physical therapy, both locally, nationally, or internationally. The Samantha Chapey Service Award is special to me because this person helped me specifically in our pediatric special interest group. She was instrumental in offering the toy drive for you guys to provide toys to children at East Tennessee Children's Hospital. I want to recognize Jordan Midcap.
Just make her stand in front of Morgan here. So now the next award will be given by Dr. Myers, This is the Clinical Excellence Award.
Hey, team. Ooh, everybody looks so good. All right, I gotta read. All right. So our fourth student award, the Clinical Excellence Award, is given to the student who best demonstrates a passion for clinical excellence through patient care as demonstrated in lab practice and in clinical practice. And it's really important to note that there were numerous student nominations for this award, and narrowing it down to just one recipient was nearly impossible. This group of students performed exceptionally well, every single one of you in the clinic. Outstanding job to everybody. I do want to just take a moment to provide a sampling of some of the clinical instructor comments that were received by this year's recipient. This student exhibits the highest level of professionalism, is compassionate, shares empathy with patients and colleagues, and has left an impact. They will be missed. Their interaction with patients and colleagues was one of understanding, compassion, and energy. This student is motivated to learn and actively participated and invested in helping each patient achieve the most that they could. This student is great at receiving and implementing feedback and has received 100% positive feedback from all patients and clinical staff. A great addition to our clinic, professional and respectful to everyone. They will be a great fit to any clinic that they join. We would definitely love to hire them. This student has picked the correct career with academic knowledge and desire to truly help patients. This will make them a very successful physical therapist. I am happy to announce the Clinical Excellence Award for the South College DPT class of 2022 goes to Samantha Riley.
And now the next award will be given to Dr. Judy Moore. This is the Outstanding Clinical Instructor Award.
The Outstanding Clinical Instructor Award is the next award this evening. This award is given to the clinical instructor who consistently excels in that role and represents the epitome of a professional physical therapist. Dr. Mackenzie Wilson was nominated by graduating student Dan McIntyre and works at the University of Louisville Health Fraser Rehab Institute. I used Dan's words, didn't write this on my own. Dan describes Dr. Wilson as one of the most considerate, wholesome, and hardworking people I've had the good fortune to meet. At only 3 years out of school, she has already completed a residency, clinical specialty certification, serves on the accrediting committee for residencies, and is heavily involved with the APTA and community activities advancing our profession and performing outreach in her community. She likely has a lengthy list of accolades, which she has not mentioned as well. She seems to be universally respected amongst her peers and loved by her patients. She creates the warmest of learning environments and is constantly seeking feedback on her own performance as a clinical instructor, while providing daily feedback to her students on theirs. Her feedback is specific and immediately applicable. Her communication is thorough, well-organized, and timely. It is humbling to work with someone so young that has accomplished so much and has so much humility and generosity. Dr. Wilson, thank you for providing an excellent experience for our students, serving our profession, and most importantly, making a positive impact for your patients.
And now the next award will be presented by Dr. Caitlin Kothe. This is the Ryan Bielke Memorial Award.
Hi, everyone. The final award for tonight was established by the School of Physical Therapy to memorialize one of our own from the class of 2019, Ryan Bielke. This award seeks to commemorate Ryan's love of life and adventure, his enthusiasm for his planned profession, his deep affection for his friends and his family. Oh, I love that kid. Sorry. And his ability to inspire all he encountered. Therefore, I am proud to announce the award, like its namesake, will honor a graduating student who demonstrates a zest for life, inspiring perseverance, and possesses the ability to leave an everlasting impact, just like Ryan did. The Ryan J. Bielke Memorial Award for the South College class of 2022 goes to Carlos Morgan.
And now it is time to recognize all of the students who have earned their academic honors. Dr. Minahan, please take the stage.
Thank you. Got to find my spot on the page here. So, recognizing our academic honors students from the class of 2022, these students were presented with yellow honor stoles for graduation in recognition for their exceptional academic performance. The cum laude designation is given to all graduates with a cumulative GPA of 3.5 to 3.74. Will all the class of 2022 students with a cum laude designation please stand as your name is called? Gifty Abashi, Emily Bowerly, Dylan Bailey, Eduardo Cardenas, Abby Dixon, Callan Fimple, Alexandria Gall, Amanda Goutreau, Melissa Gouette, Jacob Hardy, Christopher Janis, Peter Keenan, Bethany Ketterer, Amanda McCartan, Gabriel Murray, Zachary Penny, Megan Ramirez, Mason Roberts, Anna Smith, Benjamin Stuckey, Paige Swayze, Brianne Wooten, and Emily Yorgs. The magna cum laude designation is given to graduates with a cumulative GPA of 3.75 to 3.89. Will all the class of 2022 students with the magna cum laude designation please stand as your name is called? Janiyah Alexander, Haley Berman, Miranda Blair, Madison Gerlach, Jeffrey Lavery, Ty Morgan, Ariel Nathanson, Samantha Riley, Kayla Stevenson, Tate Tieperman, Jeremy Turner, and Elizabeth Walsh. The summa cum laude is the academic honor given to all graduates with a cumulative GPA of 3.9 to 4.0. And I have to tell you, as your director of curriculum, that this list is long and strong. And I'm proud of all of you, by the way, for getting through our program. But a 3.9 to a 4.0 after this rigor is truly an incredible feat. So will the class of 2022 students with a summa cum laude designation, please stand as your name is called. Lindsay Ambrose. Kennedy Anson. Zachary Bonte. Sydney Chow. Holly Chules. Michaela Gardner. Eric Hansen. Dustin Harris. Aaron Laux. Daniel McIntyre. Jordan Midcap. Cynthia Miller. Peter Mitchell. Jessica Moylette. And Allison Souza. Great work, folks.
You can see now why we're so proud of these students and so glad that they decided to join South College. I'm going to make this really brief because, you know, one of the great things about being the dean of a physical therapy school, that if you do things right, if you hire the right faculty, and you find the right students, and you let them talk, I don't have to say very much. So tonight, Dr. K reminded us of just what wonderful connections that you all made as being part of this program. When visitors come to our lab and look at the students just having fun and looking like they've been long lost friends, and then we tell them that they did not know each other, just a few weeks before that, or they've only, by lab quarter 3, they still had only spent probably 30 days in their entire life together, and they look like long lost friends. I hope that students, you can then take that connectedness and create the same environment in your clinics where patients come there in pain and loss of function, but they look forward to coming in there because you're giving them care. You are connecting them back to their health. So connectedness is important. Dr. Reynolds talked about empathy. You know, it's hard to think of a profession that's like physical therapy in that, you know, you really do need to walk beside your patients when they're in pain and when they're hurting, when they can't do the things that they want to do. And to try to understand what they're going through is a very, very important part of being a good physical therapist. She also reminded us that you need to do the hard things. And students, you have been doing the hard thing for 2 years. But in many ways, I think you will find, as I mentioned to you yesterday, that first year of practice is a bit more of the same. It's doing the hard thing. It's admitting that even though you are a licensed doctor of physical therapy, that you don't have all the answers. And there's going to be those days when not a single patient on your schedule is getting better. And you're going to wonder, what am I doing wrong? Just remember, you do the hard things and it will keep getting better. Because Dr. Reynolds also reminded you and gave us the acronym of DHB. Just be a decent human and your patients are going to respond. They're going to understand that you are doing your best and that they will eventually achieve their goals. Shaylin, I'm so glad that you said that your goal in the second year of the program was to create profound friendships. You did not know a soul in this program, students, when you decided to travel to Knoxville and be part of this program. But now you will be able to create friendships in the clinics, and you will be able to create that culture of friendship, and you will be the source of that. Shaylin also gave you wonderful life advice that you can start the new year with. And I think just the purpose, just having a purpose and thinking about your purpose and that you are here for a purpose. And as a physical therapist, your patients will be able to benefit from you having the purpose of seeing patients function well again. So, students don't always realize this, to what extent you are an inspiration to us. As dean, I spend way too much of my time thinking about budgets, looking out on the horizon and thinking about all the problems that might be lying ahead of us, trying to write dry policies that we all have to live with. So I relish the moments like I did just over 2 years ago when I got to call many of you and tell you that you were accepted into our DPT program. I still remember many of those conversations. And I can remember where I was. Can you remember where you were when you got that phone call? So I just want to thank you for that special moment that you gave me to really step into the moments that matter. And the moments that matter is telling someone, hey, we want you on our team. So please join us at South College, and I'm so glad so many of you did. But really it's just seeing you succeed. That's the inspiration for all of us. And what you will become, we still want to see part of that. I mentioned this to the students yesterday, that whether you like it or not, you are part of the South College DPT community. And we want to still hear from you and live your highs, live your lows. Recently, we had to call on our alumni to try to support us on an accreditation thing. And they didn't have to respond if they didn't want to. Almost 90 alumni sent me a personal message saying that they gave the feedback that supported the program. And that just meant so much to me, that alumni who graduated 5 years ago still felt connected to this program. So I just want to thank you for being part of South College. And I thank you in advance for the best gift that you can give me, allowing me to give you the doctoral hood tomorrow at graduation. So thank you. And that ends our ceremony tonight, everyone. So as physical therapists, we don't believe in sitting in one position for too long, and here we are making you sit for a full 2 hours. So please get up. And families, just realize that what you did in raising these kids and in being spouses and significant others to these individuals made our job so much easier, because they're easy to train, easy to turn into the people that they are. So thank you to all of you. And I hope this Christmas can be a wonderful celebration. Christmas came early for you with this gift of seeing your graduate get their diploma and their doctoral hood tomorrow. So thank you. We'll see you all tomorrow, 2 o'clock at the Tennessee Theater.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you.